Well, today's Sunday, it's the 15th of December, it's 2024, and yes, we're in the airport again. Anita's off on her travels, going to leave me all on my own here in Mallorca, but she's going to see Serena and her family, and she'll be back very soon with them. They're going to come for Christmas as well. So we just arrived at the airport, no problems, particularly on the motorway. Getting here, it's not such an early flight, so it's just 9 o'clock in the morning now. So fairly easy, fairly straightforward. And we parked up on the 5th floor, and we're just walking into the airport. We've got this walkway to go along. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see where we're going. Everything's a long walk. There's a notice board just as you come in, so you can see if your flight's on there. Anita's flying to Bristol, right up at the top, EasyJet, and we should know the gate in 40-something minutes, so just time to get along here. I went shopping to Portopee. Yesterday, the day before, we were in Portopee in the car park.
We were.
And bumped into a couple, Elvira and Raoul, and they said they'd been watching our videos before they made their move to Mallorca, and now they've moved to Mallorca and they're living here. So good luck to them. They enjoy Mallorca as much as we do. –10 degrees on our terrace this morning. Felt really cold. Spoke to a friend yesterday, and she said she'd seen her thermometer down to 4 degrees, and she does live it out a little bit, but that's very cold. Had a lovely Christmas party yesterday, Saturday, at Paddy's in Central
Even lovelier match.
And after the party, we went straight to the football match. We were a little bit late because of the party, and so we missed the first goal, which was Girona scored after 7 minutes, I think it was. And as we sat down, Mallorca scored, so it was even. And then we had a man sent off. Sadly, Mariki got sent off for a bad foul, but that didn't stop Mallorca. Larin went in and scored another goal. So we ended up winning 2-1. It was a pretty controversial match in that the referee was giving yellow cards left, right and centre. In fact, lost count of how many cards he gave. And I've just been looking at the highlights of the match. And Mariki was sent off because he did give a bad foul. But later on in the match, one of their players did exactly the same sort of foul on one of our players, and nothing. Not even a foul. It was just waved on, carried on. Nobody looked at it, nobody checked it. Really poor refereeing. Something needs to be sorted. Anyway, back to the airport. We're now at the section where you used to go along to the security, but you don't anymore. What happens now?
Can you go down on the escalator?
Down the floor below.
On the escalator.
You can go down either by lift, there's a lift coming up there, or you can go down by escalator. And well, you see all these boards up here. There's going to be lots of work going on in the airport during the quieter times, the winter times. You can go down the escalators here. So check-in and arrivals are all going to be on the same floor. I don't think that's going to be an issue now. I'm just wondering what it's going to be like in the summer when we've got all these passengers going through. November figures were out the other day, and 1 million passengers went through Palma Airport.
Wow.
Over 1 million passengers in November. What is it going to be like? And we come round to the next season. So basically, you would you go through. If you've got bags to check in, you go and check your bags in. if you haven't got bags to check in, you go straight through to the security area, which is down here. It's really different. There's no queue, there's nobody waiting at all. Nobody waiting to check bags in on either side here.
That's where it goes.
That's where we went through the other day. And it did seem to work all very efficiently. And they've got the new scanners here. So you don't have to take things out of your bags. And hopefully it'll make everything a little bit quicker and easier. So we were walking towards that particular security check-in and they've told us to go to the other one. So down here, past the area where the assistance is. If you've called for assistance, you come here and they will take you off in a little train. We've got like golf carts really. It's all a bit, I don't know, it doesn't look as though it's quite been sorted out. Need a wheelchair? I've got a few here. This is where we now go through. And it's just a matter of scanning your boarding pass and away you go. But this is where I have to say goodbye. And it's only a few days that she's away.
Bye.
Bye. Well, Anita's gone through, but gone straight into a big long queue. So, yeah, so anyway, I guess that's going through to security and more people checking in here. So that's what it's like at the moment, and we're just on the build-up to Christmas. It's going to get a little bit busier between now and Christmas. People leaving and lots of people coming for Christmas, I guess. And Anita will, I'm sure, send me a few messages as she goes through. We had a message from Serena, our daughter, to say that the flight was already delayed. So I haven't seen that. We've had no notification, but not by a great deal. It was about 40 minutes delayed. So we'll see. Anita's got a book with her, so I'm sure she'll be quite happy just to read. Yeah, it's getting busy, but really quiet compared to the summer. I've got to get back to my car, and I was going to go up the escalator, but the escalators are only going down, so looks like I'm going to have to go outside. There is a lift, I'm not sure if that's working, but it takes me to the walkway, otherwise I've got to walk all the way outside. There's an article in the paper recently about a number of people who are actually living at the airport. They say it's a safe place for them to be. I'm actually not in the centre of it. This feels really strange here. I'm actually on the drop-off. So I'm a little bit confused. So I've now got to get up a floor and across. This is where I would normally drop Anita off, and I was going to do that, but I thought I'd come into the airport just to see how things are actually working.
So here I am at the airport, and there's my flight up to Bristol at number 63, only to find it's been delayed a bit. So, probably about an hour actually. So I'm just going to go and sit and have a read while I wait. Very quiet here. Not many people at all, and it's been very, very easy to get through today. So I'm really happy. I'm going to go and sit and have a read.
Well, now I've managed to get into the lift, and hopefully I'm going up to the 4th floor, which is where I can get easily across to the cars. The car park, there we go. So I'm back in the corridor that takes me across to the car park. Felt strange. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, I know where I'm going to now. So yeah, at this time of the year the airport is a little bit different, a little bit more confusing, and certainly when we were walking through on our last trip, it felt like a really long walk. They led us from one terminal to another. That will all change by the time we get through to next summer. What we probably will have is the entry-exit system, which is where they're going to, on your first entering into Schengen, they'll be taking your fingerprints and they'll be taking your photograph, and all those will be stored on a central computer. And then probably, and it's all unknown at the moment when any of these things will happen, probably in 2025 ETIAS will come into force, and I believe that the UK equivalent of ETIAS, which is called something different, I think it might be called ETA, is actually going to be coming into force in January. So people coming from Spain or any other Schengen country going into Europe are going to have to get the equivalent visa waiver. It might be a bit more expensive to enter England. And when you get here, there's all of this extra information that's going to be collected at the hotels. I've had a report from someone who's just been to the Canary Islands. He said there was no trouble at all. He gave one address for all of his family, and just wrote it on a scrap of paper, and they were going to enter it into the computer. And he said it didn't even matter because the rest of his family had got a different name from him. So that all went through. So he said it was very easy, very straightforward, and didn't cause any delays at all. So let's see how that goes on. Right, I'm going to go get to my car and off to my next little venue.
Well, we've had a really good flight and just landed at a very, very foggy Bristol airport. Not yet in the airport, but a really nice flight. Can't wait to see everybody.
Chicas, enséñame lo que habéis hecho. A ver, enséñame lo que has hecho. ¡Corre, Sabana!
So thanks very much for watching, and look forward to seeing the next one, wherever that may be. Bye for now.